Hi. Hello. Hi. Lots of whispering. So, hi. It's me, Sherri, doing a secret stream. This is Secrets. Welcome to Valhalla, cyberpunk bartender action. I have decided to stream today because I'm feeling lonely. And it's a holiday, so why not, right? This is the opening bit of Valhalla, and we shall check English. Sikaban Games. This is Secrets. Ooh. Glitch City, 2070X. City that shouldn't exist. A tax haven where corporations and criminal empires reign supreme. In this place, all human life has been infected with nanomachines to keep them in check. Okay, too fast. Fatality rates with non-powerful decreases at an alarming rate. For many, this can be overwhelming. Some devote themselves to their jobs, their families, or even their studies. And ways escape this place. But for many of them, the answer never lies at the bottom of the glass. Some regular slums you can find Hall-A. Sorry, give me 1 second. Oh, I see. New game! Yeah. Thank you for playing Valhalla. I feel like I'm pronouncing this incorrectly. Psst. Hey, over here. Boo! How's that for an entrance? Come on, Joe, look sharp. The game's starting and the player needs a good first impression of its main character. I love you. I know you served a bunch of tuxedo-clad corgis. Oh. Corgis? Like actual corgis? Over the weekend the bar will eventually close. And I'll admit, my little prank on you might have gone a bit overboard. But remember, life is 90% how you take it. Stay focused and look at the brighter side of things. I don't trust you. I have no idea what the brighter side is, but you should totally find it. In any case, you should totally check that parcel you just got. What parcel? See ya! Uh-oh. No. Ah, just a dream. There's something near the door. No. I'm scared. Primera. I'm scared. Our membership to the Shining Fingered will automatically renew on the 17th. Make sure your account has at least $800 by then. Make sure you save your data using the Life Backup app. You can now browse the Augmented Eye. So, who was that letter from? Nobody. Oh! Ah! Ah! Okay. We're Jill. Mass immigration continues as Quincy reveals new economic adjustments. Kimberly LaValle. With inflation rates among the highest in the world, constant shortages of basic groceries and rampant violent crime, Glitch City's citizens look for a better life in other countries. Quincy, however, isn't happy with this. They learn in our schools and universities. The Prime Minister said during a talk with the Augmented Eye, but they apply what they learn somewhere else, and I find it rather insulting. This comes after revealing new economic measures for the city, which most analysts consider to be useless for the current environment. They don't know quack, concluded Quincy. Wonderlanders are the newest threat to your security. Beware. Still by the same person. If you thought Alice Rabbit was good at cracking the most complicated security protocols in the world, then this new group will certainly blow your mind. They've yet to make an impact as big as Alice Rabbit, but they seem to be aiming very high with the recent threats issued against Prime Minister Quincy. All caps. We hold full access to Quincy's email network, and we'll release the whole database this January, the group declared during a stream. Shallow threats. When questioned, Prime Minister Quincy dismissed all of the group's threats by stating he is not afraid of anything and is not afraid of a possible leak of his email history. Maybe everyone will get to see what kind of TV I bought last month. Wild parties. When people behind the Wonderlanders seem to enjoy dressing in all kinds of rabbit costumes during the stream, from the Anthro to Bunny Girl, the purpose was to show love and respect they have for Alice Rabbit and their role in today's politics. We want to follow their example while having some fun. We're not sure if this will go anywhere, but we'll be there to tell you if it does. I wonder what Alma thinks of this whole thing. His acting is a natural, Jill. I don't think he cares about the rules of nature anyways. Cyborg in Heels returns next year to the Super Silver Thunderdome. The popular show Cyborg in Heels returns to the Dome this month, March, with tickets going on sale in January. Cyborg in Heels is a massive stage show about a cyborg fighting terrorism while wearing heels. Director Quentin Hayter explained Cyborg in Heels' special appeal during an exclusive interview with Augmented Eye. What's not to love about it? It's a cyborg wearing heels, cutting stuff. That's literally something we've never seen before. A niche market I'm willing to capitalize on. Check out the full interview in the next few weeks, exclusively here at the Augmented Eye. Stop! Hi. I'm not really streaming. I'm not really streaming. I'm not really here. I'm just not here. Save. Okay. Oh, I only have two options, phone or work. What? Oh, God. Can I put these on? No. Best boss. Best boss. Okay. Let's go to work. Tuesday, December 13th. Good evening. Ah, hey there, Jill. Hello, you're cute. Oh, I guess we don't like you. $60 for top ramen? Ah, hi, John. When will you admit you have a John face, Gil? Okay, so I do this. This is me. I have done this. Okay. When will you let people call you Jules? Never! Quiet! Killian, are you okay? You look distracted. I'm fine. Where's Boss? I seem to have a crush on Boss. Where is Boss? Dunno, she went out to buy some stuff and... Did you hear what I just told you? You said something? Yes, that you look distracted. Very distracted. It's nothing. I'm just thinking about stuff. What stuff? What's aldehyde? Well, I have to pay rent by the 30th, which is always stressful, and... there's also the fact that I spent a full hour yesterday apparently talking to myself. Wait, that was us?! Not to mention the fact that 2 days ago I found out the bar is at risk of closing. Wait, that was us?! So not only is my life being shaken up, I'm apparently going crazy. On top of that, neutering 4 left me with a completely empty wallet, and I'll get evicted if I miss rent again. Okay, I can't play this game anymore, it's too real. Thanks, bye. I can't play this game anymore. I'm sorry, you guys. I have to stop it here. We've been going for 16 minutes, and Valhalla is too real for me to deal with. So, thank you for showing up. There's all the beer cans around. Oh, God! There's all the beer cans around my apartment, and... Jill! Sorry, did you say something? Can you really work today? I have to, or be homeless. Of course I can. Let's go through the basics then, shall we? Just in case. Oh, God. If you can make a piano man, I'll skip the rest. But bear with me for a second. Okay, a piano man. Let's start with a sugar rush. Okay. Look for the recipe using the navigation bar in the recipe book that I will show you in the top left. You can also sort drinks by flavors, like sweet, or types like manly. Oh my God, a bartender wrote this! Drag the desired amount of ingredients from their cells on the right to the shaker in the center. Gil. When done, press the mix button and then press it again to stop mixing. Oh! Oh, I see. You're gonna make me... I hope it's this button. I hope this button shows me when it's done, because usually you can tell, like in a real drink, like you'll be able to tell if it's done mixing by the frostedness that appears on the outside of the Boston shaker. Click the serve button or the drink itself to serve it, and that'll be all. Oh, but if the drink looks messed up, you'll need to press the reset button and try again. You can press reset at any time, even while the shaker is moving. Don't be afraid to use it. Gil, I'm the one that went through the formal BTC instruction. What's a BTC? Bartender training certification? Then this should be no problem. Sigh. You'll want either a sugar rush or a piano man. If I mess up the ingredients for the drink, I can press the reset button and try again. Okay. Name. Sugar rush. 2 aldehyde, 1 powdered delta. with optional carmine. Okay. Wait, do I... Okay. Oh! Right. Oh! Good. Why? Why did that go wrong? Uh-huh. Okay. Still fail. Right. Why though? Should we add ice to it? Oh my god, bartending is actually really hard. Okay, but why though? Okay, right, okay. Let's try this again. Does that mix it up? Oh! Got it! Are you happy now? Look, that took me like 14 tries, okay? So I think maybe Gil is onto something. A little, but not quite. Let's do one more. Lasai. I know. Please humor me for a bit. Some drinks need to be blended. This is done by mixing it for over 5 seconds. Oh! Got it. You also need to check if the drink should be served on the rocks or aged. Check ice and age buttons on the side to select the one you need. And in case it wasn't obvious, on the rocks means you have to toggle the ice tab. It should be noted that the station will add the ice after mixing. Then what am I doing here if I can just have the robots do the drink? That's not something you should mind though. Just a fun fact. Give me a moon blast and I'll leave you alone. Keep in mind what I said. Yeah. Moon blast. God, this drink looks deadly. Okay. Right. On the rocks, blended. Cool. Here, to Did I amuse you for long enough? And also, can I drink that drink? You did. Sorry to hold you. Let's get working. Yeah. Oh yeah, before I forget. You can make any drink big by doubling the amount of ingredients. But if the recipe already has over 10 ingredients, the drink is already big. Oh, got it. Oh, and if a recipe says it uses optional caramel cream, it means you can use none or fill it to the brim. Optional carmetrine doesn't count towards making a big drink, of course. Carmetrine is the alcoholic factor in a drink. It doesn't change the taste, but the amount still has an effect. Oh! It's to make drunkings! If you add too much of it, the client will get drunk faster, so please be mindful of that. Are you done with all the exposition? Jill, calm down. I know you have rent, but that's no reason to be a jerk. Now I am, yeah. Hey guys, is that Boss? It's Boss. Eh? Who's that? I don't know. Found her while I was out shopping. Why bring her here? Well, it was either leave her outside at the mercy of society's finest, or bring her unconscious body here. Unconscious, you say? She's going to make such a ruckus when she wakes up. You know that. What's up for you to deal with? I'll be in my office. Can't just push that responsibility onto us. We have work to do, dang it. There are two of you. Believe in yourselves. Boss, do you think Chief knocked her out? Nah, that's unlikely. She'd be crowing about it or taunting us if that were the case. And it's not like her to pick on such a small girl, at least unprovoked. Yeah, you're right. We'll just need to keep it quiet. She seems to be just sleeping soundly, not comatose. Yeah. Okay then. Time to start the night. Oh my god, I'm nervous. I don't want to. I'm scared. Okay. Okay. Do I have my hype music? Did I put my face on correctly? God, this is giving me PTSD. I can't. Yes, I'll start working while you go clean the bathroom. This is also giving me PTSD. Come again. While you spent the whole weekend and Monday doing God knows what, we've had some interesting clients come in. There were corgis. I heard tell of corgis. Dogs. Lots of them. In suits you wouldn't appreciate. Who knows what they did in the bathroom? I don't want to think about it, actually. Let's move on. You're joking. Gil, you've known me for how long now? Do I look like the kind of woman who'd make a joke like that? Well... So, as punishment for leaving me to deal with all of that on my lonesome, you'll be in charge of cleaning the bathrooms. Have fun! God, we're such a jerk. Just that? Fine. I see no problem. Also, I love your outfit. I appreciate anyone in an ascot. Where's the cleaning stuff? I don't know! You just, walked me through drinks. You can't find the closet? Here. Bought that from home, didn't you? That I did. Fine. With that out of the way, let's play some music on the new jukebox. This model needs to have all of its 12 slots filled with songs before it can start. I wonder what was the logic behind that decision. Sure. Oops. Songs play over, huh? How do I get rid of you? How do I get rid of you? There it is. Everything will be okay. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Yeah! Okay, a beer. How do I make you one? Oh, sure. Right on it. What's beer? He looks like quite the big guy, though. Uh-huh. Mixed, you say? Kind of impressed by the fact that we have to do this. Here you go. $200, $250. No, this isn't gonna cut it. Get me a big one. Sure. Got it. A big beer. All right. Okay. Right. Can I just serve you a crap drink? Okay. How about this one? Hi! Hi, Elon. Yes. Now this one's fit for a man like me. Got it. You're lucky I was in a meeting close by. This hellhole could certainly use a presence like mine. Although, to be fair, work has taken me to worse hellholes. Like New Jersey 3. Okay. What kind of work do you do, mister? Donovan. You're talking to Donovan D. Dawson, chief editor and owner of the Augmented Eye. Oh my god. I totally read your newspaper. Nothing gets published here without my blessings. The day started with quite the interesting fellow, it seems. So you're the one to blame for the barrage of daily articles on Alice Rabbit, then? Hey, people love those articles. They love reading about that urban legend. Can you blame them? The idea of some wild card hacker working for their own goals and nobody else's? That's the kind of corny blank that brings the clicks from all kinds of people. I mean, he's not wrong. And clicks bring money, and money brings nice stuff. Stuff like cars and houses and plastic surgery for the Mrs. and her kids. Okay, good. Well, I'm not complaining about the fact that you write about the hacker, just that you write about them every single day. Some of it isn't even used, just speculations or copycats. I can't read your newspaper's daily feed without running into at least one article about Alice Rabbit. Jill, this isn't how you make customers. This isn't how you do it. You're going to have to be like pleasant and not a jerk and not judge people on their job performance. We need to put you through hospitality training. Jill, i.e. myself. Well, first of all, I don't write about it. My interns do. Okay, cool, that makes it better. The poor bastards think it'll help them make them full-time employees. Why do you have to publish it though? And also, why is it all under the same person's name? Is this ghostwriting? I'm just capitalizing on this topic while it's popular. And second, you're tired of one article about a supposed hacker. Not all the daily stories about murders and other horrors. Well, I always filter out that section. I don't want to start my day scared and bitter. 'Cause I already am. Such is a day in the life of late-stage capitalism. I have enough pressure and problems as it is. I don't need to add Glitch City's lovely citizens to the list. You're smarter than you look, kid. But if more people were like you, I'd go bankrupt. Bankrupt from the lack of traffic. Still, maybe my job would be easier. How so? People get people get bored of a certain kind of news after seeing it repeatedly. When I started in this job, it only took the news of some elderly woman being killed to guarantee clicks. Now you need an elderly woman carrying a sick baby boy getting hit by a truck. That's not enough. They need a full sob story behind it. That's why I like those urban legends. They're easier to write about, and you can make up anything you want. Spam them while they're hot, and even people like you, people who avoid the murder stories, will see them. Ouch. Well, I feel called out. That brings money. Like I said, money's good. Huh. I guess he has a point. Do you want more alcohol, sir? Okay. What about the opinion columns? Aren't those a good source of traffic too? Oh, I hate those brats. They just write about how they're better than everyone else. Okay. I like you. Let's be friends. I'll make you another giant beer. They might also write about how everyone that likes a certain something should be sodomized. The worst part about that is they know half of our clicks come from them, so they get all diva-like on my ass. I think you're being too harsh. What about... No, wait. I was thinking of another newspaper. Yeah, the columnists on your page are annoying. See? The kid on the restaurant critique column, forgot that brat's name. Restaurant? I believe that's... That kid. Couldn't care less about his name. I agree! Anyway, his column is the least visited of the bunch. He gets less hits than obituaries. However, he still insists that I keep paying for his adventures to outrageous restaurants. I don't have any problems with that if he actually wrote about half of the places he visits. How so? He rarely writes about the places the newspaper sends him to. I've even heard he tries to get free meals by proclaiming that he's a food critic. Poor bastard only gets laughed at when he says that. I do remember some guy coming here asking for free drinks and saying he was a critic or whatever. Did he look like a fat child with a really small face? No. Wasn't this one then. Anyway, all this talk made me thirsty. Try to give me a beer this time, please. Coming right up. Right.
here?
Ah, it's the big things that make life worthwhile. Sure. What about big troubles? Did I stutter, kid? Right. So, tell me, do you see many celebrities in this heck hole? Please stop referring to this place as a heck hole. The place smells like soap and dog pee, and within my constitutional rights to call it a heck hole. I'm doing my best here, thank you very much. So, oh, who was that? Nobody important. Hey, heard that. Don't be offended by what I say, kid. I'm insulting the building, not you. You can think of it as a small hole in hell, rather than a hellish hole, if you like. Charming. So, celebrities.
Not really.
At least not that I know of. Why? Well, to begin with, you have a serious VIP as a client, but I don't see you losing your poop. You're not making me feel special, honey. You called me honey. That's it. Sorry. You have been overserved. You are no longer welcome in my bar. Let me have your keys. I'm going to call you an Uber driver. And second, because I'm always up for gossip regarding famous people. Especially the red carpet kind of famous. Those folks people pretend to love but actually want to see fall from grace. Oof. Pretend to love, fall from grace. Why do you think that gossip about famous people always sells? People pretend that they love celebs, but what they really want to see is their idols torn down to their level. They want to see them suffer, to get their comeuppance for daring to be so much more successful than them. Nah, I think gossip is just something everyone enjoys, but nobody wants to admit to enjoying. You thought wrong. Even if you were right, it wouldn't change the fact that people love that kind of stuff. They want to escape their lives by living somebody else's. Sadly, I fail to see the appeal of the whole thing. What do I care if this guy is on some random movie is wearing socks with sandals, or if they're dating God knows who? Granted, socks with sandals is practically a public indecency, but still. Oh, please. As a bartender, I bet you have a strong voyeuristic streak. Your kind always loves to hear that stuff. I don't know what you mean by your kind. But, at least in my case, yes. Give me all juicy stories. I want everything. Just like hairdressers. This sounds hypocritical coming from you. Even if that were the case, I don't sensationalize what people do. I just continuously talk about it to my friends who aren't here. To my friends that I definitely have. Okay, don't make it more than that person you know from TV acts like a human. Sensationalize is the key word here. Just the other day, I saw this committee judge bitching over what some girl was wearing to the store. No matter what you say, these people don't exist solely to entertain the public. But this problem exists because they're the ones constantly cultivating the idea that they're perfect and untouchable. I'm sorry, that is not their fault, actually. That is the fault of the people who are running these people. They're not even really people, actually. When you think of a celebrity, all you really get is this parasocial relationship that you can monetize. Going to exotic locales, dressing in elegant ways, indulging in every luxury they can think of, all that leaves the public craving for those little moments when they make a mistake and fall to their level. They're human-shaped products. There she is. Can't say that's a lie, but sometimes the crowd just wants to see they're human. Hey, that dude that plays the nice guy is indeed a really nice guy. To be fair, the gossip articles don't help, sensationalizing everything. If feels like they're just instigating a behavior that shouldn't even be acknowledged in the first place. You like your big words, eh, brat? Well, two can play the game of... Hey, you're a bartender, right? Oh my god. I can't. This is so close to reality. This is too real. I have been asked this question behind the bar to someone who I've served drinks. It's... Ouch. Ouch. No, I'm a lab rat, hell-bent on world conquest. Pick me in the brain. Sarcasm wastes my time, my money, and your energy. Refrain from using it. I've been using it this whole time, hunty. Anyway, I just realized that a bartender like you must have heard quite a few stories in her career. Yes? Talk about changing topics. Maybe? Why? Wouldn't you like a column talking about those? I bet they would sell quite well. It would be like that priest who published confessionary stories and then got excommunicated and lynched. People usually tell me all this stuff because they know I'm just a simple bartender. I am just a simple country bartender. Secrets stop here. Which, by the way, is true. Never, ever, 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 ever break that confidentiality rule. I've been a bartender for like a while. And I have had many conversations with many people that I cannot ever talk about. It's not as serious as being a therapist or like a psychologist, you know? I'm not going to get sued if I just so happen to blab my face. But I find it... I take myself pretty seriously when it comes to that. And I just, you know... People need to know that if they come to you to tell you about their problems, you're not gonna spill. And I take pride in not spilling. I do not slip. I am non-slip. I am the opposite of Teflon. A personal stranger of sorts. We could have you ghostwriting. Half of our staff do that. Disgusting. They do? You don't really think that Lana Smithy is just one person, do you? Oh, it's like the person who wrote Animorphs. Figures. Anyway, eventually the people from the stories would know them and it's them and blame me. Not only would that hurt us as a business, it would hurt me. I really like hearing my clients rant about their lives. It's fun. It makes me feel not as terrible about my life, which is garbage, because capitalism. Oh, and it would hurt the clients too, I guess. Them, right. Yes. Those people. Well, if you ever retire, that offer is waiting for you. I will never retire. I am dying behind this stick. Yeah, like you'll remember me from 2 weeks from now. Sure. Do you want another drink, Mr. Donovan? Mr. Donovan. Mr. Donovan. Did I say something wrong? Ooh, daddy issues in 3, 2. Not at all. I just really like the sound of that. Different kind of daddy issues. Mr. Donovan. Mr. Donovan! Oh god, what did I do? Is it really that special? At work, everyone calls me Mr. Dawson. or boss. Boss is just a title. It's too impersonal and cold. It is? Ain't that what you is, though? Ain't you, boss? Mr. Dawson was my father and grandfather. It's too general. But Mr. Donovan. Now that's more like it. You're welcome. I've named you. You're mine now. They're referring to me. To the man in front of them. Not my family. Not to my... I can't read that. Why did I do this? What? Oh, I made a mistake. Not to my position as a boss. To me. Do you want your employees to get personal with you, Mr. Donovan? Oh, gods no. But I want them to fear me. Not because I'm their boss or the name appearing on their paychecks, but rather because I strike a mortal dread into them. I don't know, maybe, and this is just coming from me, your simple, humble Sherri. But maybe you should be a little bit more charismatic. I mean, charisma works both ways. You can be a charismatic, lovable person, or you can be a charismatic douche nozzle. You can pick your own path. Starting tomorrow, I'm gonna make everyone call me that. Hunty, you just drank 2 beers, and they were big beers. You are not remembering anything. Oh yeah, you were asking me about something? What was it? If you wanted another drink, my friend. Oh my god, Mr. Dawson was my father. Please call me Mr. Donovan. Do you want more booze? Like... Okay, if I'm counting my monies correctly, I have, like, not even enough money to pay for it. Drink. Another one. Do you? Yes. Please ask for something else. Making beers are boring. But I need to cut myself off. I just remembered I have a night shift later. Jesus Christ! Give me something bitter and big, but not alcoholic. I need to wake myself up. Okay, if I were in a real bar, I would know exactly what to give you. I can do that. Bitter. Big. Non-alcoholic. Bitter, manly, strong. Bitter, manly, strong. Okay. Okay, so... Fine. I am going to make you whatever this is. Here you go. Pay me blue and call me Sue. You can actually do it. This'll help me stay up late tonight. Say, kid, does this bar have any investors? He didn't call it a hellhole? There's some bloke named Sven that wanted to give us money if we stamped his face all over the place. But aside from that, no. These bars are pretty much like any fast food chain, so there's like no local investors. Why? Just wanted to let you know how lucky you bastards are. Investors suck harder than my... Oh, snap! I'm not reading that. Those bastards think they're so important because they put their money in your company. I feel this on the cosmic level. Well, I mean, you give me money so you can make more. Let me do my thing, and I'll give you your money! But no, they have to stake their noses and start changing the silliest of stuff. What good is it to be the boss if you still have to work for someone else? Oh god, I can't do this. I quit. You still have to answer to unions and the government and like those kinds of organizations, don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Yeah, but that's paperwork. Make somebody else do it and call it a day. These losers ask for meetings. They start talking about stuff they don't like, stuff they found offensive. There's always that one guy or gal that says, "Hey, why don't you do what the other newspaper does?" Recently, they told me that they need more clicks. More clicks! I make sure to keep stuff spicy while still keeping production quality up, but it's never enough for them. Well, you know what? They want more clicks? I'll give them more clicks. Oh, sir, you are underserved. You are overserved. Please. Oh no, what did I do? I'll show them what happens when I do what they want and don't reject ideas. They'll know who the heck Donovan D. Dawson is. Should I be worried? Oh god. I hope he didn't drive here. I hope he walked here. I hope he walked here. I should have asked that question. Why haven't I been carding these people? I'm going to go to jail. At least he paid before storming off. I wonder what happened with Sven, though. I never heard from him again. Jill! Yes? What the hell happened in that bathroom? That kind of mess usually requires you to have thumbs. Crafty dogs, I tell you. You'd think their short legs would hinder them. The ceiling! The sink! The toilets! The vents! The vents! The vents! Ah, buddy, I don't know what to tell you. I've worked some dive bars and oh my god, this is a real story. This is true facts. Please respect bars' bathrooms. I beg of you. Shh. You'll wake up Briar Rose over there. I won't forget this. You agreed to it. Yeah. Oh, a client. Welcome to Valhalla. What can I... Gut punch. Fast. Alright. Okay, you want a gut punch. That's cool. I used to work in a basement dive. It was a sound tech, so mostly didn't have to do cleaning, but there were no staff toilets, only customers' toilet. Oh my god, yes! Ellen! Oh, Ellen. Oh, Ellen. You understand. Here. You can actually do it then. Do what? Being a bartender is a stupid job. You only have to show up sober. That's literally the only thing you need to do in order to be a bartender. I kid, I was a bartender, I'm allowed to talk smack. This crack house is a bar. I'll take that as a compliment. Hellhole, crack house. Smells like dog urine and soap. How the heck do you expect someone to feel comfortable in here? Look. Look. If I had cleaned up before I closed shop after the corgis, it might have worked. It might have gotten, like, not disgusting. But I didn't do that because I didn't want to, okay? I had someone else do that. And is that my fault? No. I'm not paid enough to do that. I'm just not paid enough to deal with that. I'm surprised you decided to come to our little crack house at all, mister. What the hell do you care? The payment registry says... Sorry for the question then, Mr. Ingram McDougal. Sorry about the smell. We're working on fixing it. There was an incident over the weekend. But it's Tuesday. Please, let me know what I can do to make your experience more pleasant regardless. If I pay you, will you come with me to a motel for a couple of hours? Absolutely not! Gross! 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 Where? Okay, look. Where's boss? Help! No! Then I have no use for you beyond you giving me drinks. Such a pleasant clientele tonight. May I ask why you decided to come to our little crack house then? Somebody recommended this place and I have absolutely no idea why she likes it. She says she's a regular here and all. I'm starting to doubt her tastes. A regular? Can I ask who? No. Ha, cool. I'll concede one thing. Whoever picks the music at least has decent taste. It's me! Hey Jill, where'd you put the dish soap? Gills run out. Below the sink where it's always been ever since we've, run this bar. Hey. Oh, a customer. Good evening, sir. Hope you enjoy your stay at Valhalla. So, any other feedback you'd want to provide the establishment so we can enhance your customer experience? No, nothing. That's an interesting change of heart. I can't afford to slander this place knowing she's here. You know my boss? I don't know her, but I know who she is. Jaina Zane, the Red Collar. The woman who fended off mall riders all by herself, knocking them out cold, one by one. That's an achievement and a title I've never heard of. I know Boss did quite a few things before opening this bar, but that sounds... Would you happen to know how she got her mechanical arm? Heard a couple of stories, but they sound too fantastical to be true. They're probably true then. You've had an interesting change of attitude, sir. I saw that woman take out armed riders with her bare hands. Once you see something like that, it's hard not to keep your mouth shut in front of them. Interesting. Very, very interesting. You can relax though. I've only ever seen her deal with clients personally about 2 or 3 times. One involved class 5 weaponry. The other one had a pickup artist, and the latest had an alpaca. An alpaca? Not really an alpaca, but like an alpaca. Like alpaca shaped. There's this woman that owns a textile company. She got really drunk and she started screaming she was an alpaca. She started spitting on everything afterwards. My boss had to show her the exit. I'd rather not remember that night, so let's leave it at that. Can I get you anything else, sir? Give me a pile driver, please. That's a real drink. Please. There's a word I haven't heard today or ever in my life. Coming right up. Do you still want it, big? Is it still, a big? I think it's a big, right? He wants big? let's do big. Here! It's fine, I guess. Hey, lady, have you ever faked an orgasm? Oh, he didn't want a big one. God, dots! I'm sorry, I think I heard wrong. He meant it. That's a question I'm not going to answer. I'll take that as a yes. I was just thinking about how good a lie can be. I mean, even the most sincere of people lie once in a while. Lies can buy you time. Lies can make you happy. Reality will come crashing through the door eventually, but for that moment, the lie can give meaning to you. I say lies are like your porn stash. You know, they exist, but you shouldn't acknowledge them. Does that mean you really fake orgasms? Because you look like you have a lot of experience. Oh my god, can I fire a customer? Still, that's quite the random thought to suddenly have. Are you perhaps lying about something right now? Not really. I was just thinking about people making polite comments about this crack house. Of course you are. Hey, I'm gonna need another drink. Already? Don't you think you're drinking a bit quickly? That's my problem, not yours. Give me a French weaver. Alright. Holy beans! Well, it's like drinking ethylic alcohol with a spoonful of sugar to make the medicine go down. Try not to drink it too fast. That's up to me. Hey lady, have you ever felt empty? Oh my god! He's gonna end up puking in our bathroom. Empty how? Like hungry? No, I mean empty, like there's a part of you missing. Can't say I particularly have. I just feel there's this part of myself that lacks something. I must fill it with alcohol! An urge to get or do something that I just can't satisfy. Have you tried taking up a hobby? You know, learning how to play a musical instrument? I've heard tell there were video games. Have you tried video games? Oh, actually, I just noticed that it looks like his neck is welded on. Oh. It might not solve your problems, but it might just keep you busy enough to avoid having to think about it. Any suggestions? Video games. Well, collecting stuff, reading, bungee jumping, combat sports, exercising. Sounds a lot cheaper than the alternative. What is the alternative? I tried sex tourism once. It was like bloody Russian roulette with STDs, so I left midway through. I once burned my Christmas bonus hiring 3 women for an orgy. Porn is more amusing and way cheaper. Also hired a girl tagline my daughter for a day for 3 years in a row now. Nothing seems to do it. Yeah, no. Have you tried rescuing a puppy? Yeah. You're horrible. I I could have been lying through my teeth this whole time. People lie, lady. Sure. Anyway, I'm leaving now. This smell is killing me. Please don't come again. Thank you. Good. Phew. Boss, I'm gonna take my break. Alright! Well, that was interesting. That was that, and that was fun. I think I'm gonna pick this up again, and possibly play more of it. Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you so much for dropping by. Everyone who's here. I have been Sherri, and this has been my super secret pop-up gaming stream where we have just played Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. I will pick this again at some time. I don't know when though. It'll be a surprise.